We're back.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Wine and Words, episode 5. We up there.
It's one of them.
I think
It's more than 2.
I want to say it's more than 2.
It's definitely more than 2.
Our topic today, we're doing part 2 of our pregnancy video?
Series.
Yeah, series.
Mm-hmm.
This time we're talking about our labor, delivery, and the 4th trimester. So right after
like
you
the
had a
4th
baby.
down, yo.
The first 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Shari.
And I am DNC.
Y'all should know that by now, though.
If you don't, we'll keep repeating
I'm
it.
just let you know in case. And co-host Paige is here in case
Paige
you
Boo is
here.
here.
Mm-hmm.
She must be here.
So, what are we sipping on today? Go ahead and introduce it.
Oh, this your wine.
But you can introduce it.
Okay.
You know how to read?
Ooh, it's got a lot of stuff on it, y'all. So it's either 19 Crimes.
Yeah.
Or The Banished, which you see right there.
Oh.
Or Dark Red 2016. And that just may be a descriptor. That's probably not the name.
It does have a lot of wording.
So
it was from Publix.
$12.69,
about $13.
And this is Sherry's Choice, and it
just looks interesting.
It's not hot. It's not room temperature. It has a little chip. This was in your car?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why it has a little chip.
I bought it recently. Like today.
I'll take it back. I take it back. She doesn't change. So this is what we're gonna try. And this didn't go well the first go around, but it's going to go well the second.
Why are we trying this again?
And this is Oyster, by the way. Oyster, if you would like to send
get
me,
Oyster because
don't do that. Oyster, if you would like to send me an updated version, we got this when we got
the
married.
last one didn't work.
In 2000.
Last episode, we struggled for about 15 minutes.
So we're going to use this to open it up. Okay, and I'm going to do this properly because you're supposed to ensure that it's directly in the center of the wine. Boom.
Wine opening. Paige wanted to know what this was. Why it's making so much noise?
Yeah. That's not me.
What? I mean, I feel like if I manually
boom.
Did it, okay.
Ha!
I was about to say, if I manually did it, manually.
You ain't had none yet. Why can't you talk?
I would have done it faster, but clearly I couldn't get that out, so never mind.
You better enjoy this freshly popped wine. Hello?
I'm waiting for it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, it's aluminum.
Oh, it's dark red, too.
It says dark red.
We're going to keep going.
No, let's stop, because dark red can mean strong red.
Woo! I like this one, y'all.
Wait a minute. It is called 19 Crimes. Maybe they expect you to do some crime.
I can understand why.
Why you gotta match me?
Why not?
Okay. I'm going to suggest you put this somewhere that is not going to fall. You see how dark this is?
Again, this is 19 Crimes.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling them what it was again.
No, sorry.
19 Crimes, The Banished.
Get rid of the evidence.
It'll be up there. Okay.
All right. So.
It's not bad. It's peppery. Definitely peppery.
It's definitely dark red. This is what you would expect.
Yes. It definitely has a ton of alcohol in it, which is delicious. This is something that I would have with cheese. I would actually do like salmon, smoked salmon.
I could do that.
With some fresh crackers.
We need to start introducing snacks. Wine, words, and snacks.
This is about to be an expensive show.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Back to
we are looking for sponsors if anybody would like to.
Hey, send over your snacks.
We'll eat and share. Poundage. We'll eat and share.
So, how and when did my labor start?
Yes.
So, 2 children, so let's do this double time.
Mm-hmm.
First one, Chase was a week early.
Mm-hmm.
And
Chase, her son, because it also matters.
Sorry. He's 5 now. Mm-hmm. I sat at home a week prior to his due date playing Grand Theft Auto. This is before children, so I could play video games, okay? Grand Theft Auto and sitting on those, what are they called? The ball, the one you have upstairs.
Oh, the fitness balls.
Sitting on those fitness balls, bouncing. So they tell you that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. Half your pregnancy is bouncing that dog.
And I also was stimulating my nipples because I was trying to do anything to get this child out of me.
There's children in this room.
Oh, well, she don't know. She knows where nipples are, but she don't care. So, I mean, it wasn't trying to be sexual. It was trying to get a baby out because that's what they said to do. I read it on Google, and it worked, girl, because I went into labor.
Well, one thing they also said is to have a lot of sex.
I was not doing that. I was not doing that whatsoever. I was
Understand
huge
that.
and uncomfortable. So, therefore, nipples, bounce ball, Grand Theft Auto, which probably did something with my adrenaline, caused me to go into labor. I didn't know it because it's my first child, so I'm thinking I had Braxton Hicks. And I'm like, wait, this one hurts a little bit more, and it hurts a little bit more.
Let's double back real quick, because this is something we women need to be comfortable in talking about. And a lot of us, like they always say, I'm gonna go back just a little bit, you know, in the actual pregnancy. They always talk about how you feel when you're pregnant and why you don't feel like having sex in your third trimester. Let's talk about it. So your first trimester. So for me, I'll talk to me then.
Yeah, do that.
For my first trimester, I was cramping so much. I'm feeling the change in my body. I wasn't feeling sexy. He was still digging it. I wasn't feeling the second. Second trimester, it was a whole new woman. I could have had another child within a child at that moment. It was just a lot going on.
It's not too that.
But then he was starting to get uncomfortable because then you start seeing the baby a little more. So then in the third trimester, when they do tell you start having sex, I didn't want to look at him.
No.
I didn't want to look at him. I could barely
see my toes.
Myself. Right. I could barely see my toes. Now we're at the point where someone has to help you with your socks and your shoes. And you're starting to get them Braxton Hicks and you don't know. And like this is now, you're no longer wondering if you're getting kicks or if if that's the baby.
There.
You know. And if you're like us, you see it and you watch it. I videotaped it. Still have it.
Yeah.
Looks scary.
And nobody wants to deal with it. Well, I guess people do.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to deal with that. Neither did he.
Some people do.
So we avoided, after my first trimester, because I wasn't sick. I had no nausea or anything like that. So my first trimester was normal. After I had a bump, though, it's like, wait a minute, I'm not hitting the baby. I was like, hey, you won't hit the baby. Let's relax. I'm not squishing the baby. I just don't want no parts of the baby.
Right.
And I got it, because I didn't want to either. Okay. So.
Now we're back to the Braxton Hicks. Now we're going through labor. Here we go.
Yes. Feeling Braxton, well, what I thought were Braxton Hicks. And it kept getting more and more. So Ryan's at his friend's house. Ignore them. Ryan's at his friend's house.
There's no Paige in here. She can't help it.
Monkey.
She was like playing a whole nother game.
Yeah, not even worried about it.
This is called motherhood. Welcome.
So I called my husband and said, you know, I'm getting a little bit more than normal because he's at his friend's house. I'm like, I'm going to need you to come home just in case. So he comes home and I said, I need you to bring me some Chick-fil-A in the process. Brings me some Chick-fil-A. I get home and I'm like, yeah, it's a little more, but it's a week early. I'm not expecting it.
Right.
Keep going and it's slowly, progressively getting worse and worse. So I eventually said, let me call the doctor. And this was about 11 o'clock at night. Doctor said, oh, take a bath, drink some water, you'll be okay. And I'm like,
drink some water? Like you got a cold or something?
Yeah, like I had the flu. I said, this is not feeling like drinking bath. I'm drinking bath, girl.
Please don't drink
your water. It's already started. And taking a bath is going to work. But I did do it. I followed doctor's orders. I got back in my bed and I couldn't take it. I said, this ain't going to happen. This is labor. So around 2 a.m., I called them again, and I'm telling her it's progressed this more. It's every 5 minutes now. They're like, okay, well, you can head to the doctor, hospital. This is 2 a.m. in the morning. Ryan's asleep. So I'm like, hey, it's about that time.
Let's roll. Let's roll.
To be fair, he hopped up, put on his basketball shorts and his shirt, and helped me put on my clothes. Because at this point, I couldn't even walk. So we slowly walked up the stairs, mind you, because I lived in a ground level condo, up the stairs to the car, and he sped off to Northside Hospital, which probably took 15 minutes.
Okay.
Got there, and I was right. I was 3, 4, 5 centimeters. I don't know.
Look at you.
I was
Let's
a lot.
cheers to that.
I was on my way, girl. But this is after laboring at home for 8 hours.
Okay.
So I get there and they're like, oh, we can give you an epidural. I was right where I could get the epidural. I don't know where that is. But I got my epidural. I was cold. I was shaking because the epidural does that to you. Baby's blood pressure was falling because of the epidural. They gave me Pitocin as well. And basically 18 hours later, here comes Chase. Big head and all. So they needed a vacuum to get him out because his head was so large. And it didn't work because of all the hair he had. So the first vacuum...
Did you go through the misshapen head phase with him? Okay.
The first vacuum didn't work, but my push helped to vacuum the second time. So I don't really think the vacuum did much. She just guided him out. But they did threaten me with a C-section, as they probably do with most people. I don't know. But they threatened me with a C-section. Like, if you don't get him out on this push, you're going to have to do a C-section because his blood pressure is dropping, which is totally understandable. But I don't know at what point that becomes an emergency and at what point they're just trying to scare me.
Right.
But what are those people? NICU people?
NICU.
All them people came in my room because of his blood pressure dropping, so they made me nervous. I'm like, I'm going to get this baby out. Got him out. And they took him away immediately and did what they had to do, and they brought him back to me and, let me hug him, kiss him up, and all that stuff. So, yeah.
So we need to get to the details. Did you rip?
I sure did, girl.
Did they rip or did they cut? Did you rip or did they cut you?
Ripped.
Woo, from the rooter to the tutor?
Rooter to the tutor.
Woo.
So I needed all kinds of stitches. I don't know how many. I'm sure they told me, but I don't remember how many it was. So yeah, and that healing process, I don't even think I'm healed now. 5 years later.
No,
it's not the same.
Do you do your Kegels?
I do, but it's not even that. It's like, so let me get back to that, because that's part of this. So after delivery, your 6-week checkup, my complaint was, no, it wasn't my 6 week. It was once that, about 3 weeks in, my complaint was that I still felt pain during intercourse. And the doctor said it's because of the rip, so it needed still time to heal. So my 6 weeks were not 6 weeks, more like 6 months before I went back to normal. And I'm still not normal to this day, but it doesn't hurt. Second delivery, labor and delivery, Paige was on date due. So she was like, okay, I'm going to hang out until I'm ready to come out.
Right.
On the date due, I knew it was coming because it was date due. About 10, I felt myself going into labor, but I knew it wasn't.
Did you do any scheduling? Because some people schedule. Okay.
I felt it coming. Knew it was coming. I told out. I'm like, all right, I know I can't go to the hospital yet. They're going to tell me no. So I waited until it was about 3 or 5 minutes apart. Okay. And I was like, all right, mama, come on over, watch Chase, because at this time he's sleeping. It was probably around 2 in the morning.
How old was Chase at this point?
He's 3. Okay. He's 3. So he's sleeping in his bed. I called my mama because she was on high alert, knowing what was happening. She came over, and me and Ryan left. I could barely walk once again. These labor pains, contractions, the second time around, no joke. The first time around, I think, I don't know.
I think the first time around, I only have one, so this is all I have to go through right now. You don't know. So you're kind of dealing with it as you go, and you really don't have a level, right?
In my head.
Right.
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but what I felt like was death.
But hers was faster though, right?
It sure was. She was
that's
7
probably
hours.
Why.
She was 7 hours. He was 18. But the first 4 hours of non-epidural, I almost died. Literally. Felt like I was about to die.
Was that your choice, a non-epidural?
No, I just wasn't ready to. They have to give it to you once you get dilated at a certain point, and I wasn't there yet. Went to a different hospital this time. They stuck me with lots of needles. I still got epidural. I still got Pitocin because I was like, yeah, we need to get this baby out. And really, she came out in one push. I had no trouble with her. They came in.
This and was like, about Paige?
Yeah, she was ready to come. She was like, this is my due date, and I'm here. I'm on time. Let me out.
Let's go.
They came in and checked me, and they were like, oh, she's here. I'm like, what you mean she's here? Like, her head is here. They were like, just come on, let's get ready. And they got ready and made me push one time, and she slipped on right on that.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, one, my body knew what to do because it's the second time around. And 2, because it was the second time around, it would happen faster. So, I don't know if this is the same situation. I heard it's the same for most people. Your first baby takes longer. The second baby's quicker because your body knows what to do. So, yeah, she was easy. They actually let me hold her as soon as she came out because she didn't have any low blood pressure or anything like that. So, she stayed with me. And the hospital was different. So, she stayed with me for 15, 20 minutes before they even bathed her.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, Chase came over. Because once I was in once the baby was coming out, my mama came
during the delivery?
But when they were there. They were just in the room. My mama came and brought him, and he went to hold. Automatically they the babies grab your finger. So he held her finger. He held her finger, and he pulls back. He goes, "Ew, she's dirty. I need to go wash my hair."
Chase. But those are probably facts.
She definitely was dirty. She just came through out of body. So she definitely was dirty. But at the same time, don't scorn your little sister. But anyway.
She ain't going to remember it that early.
So yeah, that was my labor and delivery. Times 2.
Times 2. So, my labor and delivery. So, labor. So, as a newbie, I was definitely one of those women who went to the hospital excessively. But here, listen to my story. So, I also, like I said in the first episode, I had a fibroid. So the at-risk part of it at the beginning was whether or not, she was going to be held in the uterus. Was it going to take up too much room? So once we got past that, then it was, okay, we have to watch for bleeding before it, and it could give you early labor. So I want to say it was about 2.5 weeks out. And I started feeling the Braxton Hicks. And they were cool. Like, I was like, that's fine. I can do that. But then at one point, they got really, really strong one night. So this is the first time I went to the hospital. I mean, just give me a chance. So the first time I went to the hospital, we get in there. And let me say, our insurance, I'll say this, Kaiser is pretty amazing because you can pay for everything up front. You get the paperwork done. So by the time you get there, you just paying whatever, like, the copay is or whatever. So we get there. And they like, okay, well, yeah, you're laboring. They put me in the room. They checked me and they said, ma'am, you haven't even dilated at all. And then they put it back on me. It's like, your contractions really aren't that close together. And I was like, oh, okay, I bet. I just didn't know. You know, it just felt like it was just time.
I had to be sure.
It was time. It felt like within her that she was ready to come, right?
Brooklyn was like, nah,
no, not today. Not today. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm that person. So that's fine. So, and this is because I'm thinking that my pain level is high. So if I'm feeling that, I was like, oh, it must be there. So go a few more days. And then we were out for Father's Day. So my daughter was born on June 20th. So I want to say Father's Day was the week before she was born. So we go out for Father's Day at, what's that? Texas Roadhouse. And let me tell you, they got some dope catfish. It was delicious. Let me tell you, pregnancy hunger. It's just a different flavor.
Let's not greedy. We ain't talking about food. We talking about labor and delivery.
Okay, but this was
pregnancy was the last episode.
So I was eating and I couldn't keep anything down. So then all of a sudden I'm throwing up for hours and I'm not able to get it. So then I have to go back to the hospital because they have to put IVs in me. And now they're like, did you know you were contracting? I was like, yeah, they told me last week I was contracting, but apparently I'm not dilating. They're like, oh, okay. So at this point in your pregnancy, you're going to the doctor pretty much once a week.
Every week.
So they put me on there. They check me. Finally, after like 15 pokes, because now I'm dehydrated and my veins are already tiny, they get the IV in me. So then they get me ready. I'm ready to go back home. I believe it was like no more than maybe 2 days later. I can't walk. I go into work
it's about this time,
because I'm working all the way up to the time. I go into work. And I'm walking, I'm shuffling, everybody's looking at me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the doctor today. You know, I have my doctor's visit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm ready to go to the doctor. I'm ready for the doctor to be like, yo, all right, let's have this baby. I walk up in the doctor and I say, doctor, I'm in extreme pain. I can barely walk. You know, what is it time? She checks me. She says, yeah, you may be like fingertip.
Your heart drops. You always want to hear me like, I'm like 15 centimeters dilated. That's not a thing. But I'm saying that's what you want to hear.
I can't
walk.
Not
a fingertip.
I said, I can't walk. She's like, yeah, you're just laboring. I said, so I get what you're saying. What are we going to do about it? Because I can't walk. Process. I can't walk. So basically what she does is she does a membrane sweep. So what that means is she takes her finger up there and she wipes it
like
around.
It's happening to me just now.
She wipes it around because it's supposed to help kind of, without drugs, it helps to get the laboring going a little faster.
Stripping your membrane.
Stripping my membrane. And thankfully, she puts me on bed rest with some good medicine. And I believe it was oxycodone. It was really strong stuff. I was high as hell and happy. It was happy. So I'm on bed rest. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is perfect. I can do this.
I can live this life.
I can live that. How many days can I be like this? Because this is amazing. Fast forward to that night.
You didn't waste no time.
I take one of them pills
Brooklyn
and them contractions was like, what you doing with that? What you mean? Like, what that supposed to do?
He thought this was going to work.
So then I wake up my husband. Now, he's already mad because it's number 3. He's like, are you sure? Because it's a long... Now, we live probably about 35 minutes away from the hospital.
Well, why did you do that?
Well, we was in Palm Springs.
Well, why didn't you get a hospital? What star?
We did North... We did...
no, girl.
North side.
That's why I changed when I had Paige. So
well, but far. North side is perfect. They did
factory.
that, and I had a colleague whose sister works there. We got the hookup.
Until you have a baby in the car. Go ahead. 35-minute drive to the hospital. Wow.
Listen. So then I finally get her. We finally get in the car. I finally get him up and going. I was like, no, this is it. Now, this is how I really knew it was it. You're on the highway. You hit a bump. I want to punch him in his face. That's when I knew. I was like, oh yeah, we here. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, get there, get us into the room, whatever. I'm waiting on my midwife now. I'm doing video, so I'm sitting there with my glasses. I'm looking like real.
Meanwhile, I couldn't even talk.
No, I was like, oh, baby, I'm getting ready to meet you. I'm so excited. Midwife comes in, checks me. She said, yeah, you're just like a centimeter.
Oh, that's why. That's why you were chilling.
I said, word, I'm just a centimeter. So as she continues to check me, my water breaks. And I was like,
that means progress is happening.
That means she coming no matter what, and y'all can't send me home.
That's true. You're right.
So, water breaks or whatever. She was like, okay, all right, well, we get ready to have this baby. I said, I know it. Let's do it. Come do the epidural. And I'm going to tell you a quick thing about my epidural. I'm sitting there. They give me the epidural. I see a flashlight, and I jump a little bit. They said, you felt that? I said, yeah. He was like, okay. So I'm not sure if I'm going to know something later and something happened. I hope it doesn't, but I have a feeling that wasn't supposed to go like that.
Yeah.
Fast forward. So I got the epidural, doing swell. Let the contractions come. Swell. I'm doing swell. Let the contractions come. But they have the machine on, and I can hear her heart rate, and I can hear my heart rate. I can hear her heart rate starting to slow down with every contraction. Because now you know your contractions make your belly extremely hard. So I know I know what's going on. So it's trying to push her out. So after my husband goes to work, because we're assuming we're going to be in like a 14-hour labor session or something like that. My mother-in-law's there. And the doctor comes in, or my midwife comes back in. She says, I'm going to bring the doctor in here. Because I'm concerned because her heart rate is continuously dropping and it's on every single contraction and you're contracting more and more. So I'm like, okay, whatever. My birth plan was like my mom had a cesarean.
I gave up on birth plan.
So I really wanted to do like, a vaginal birth. Not natural, vaginal birth. So, but at this point now, she's gone out the room. It's just me and my mother-in-law. That was probably one of the closest moments of me and my mother-in-law because we could hear her heart rate drop it, and we both broke down in tears. And she came in there and she was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do the cesarean. I know that probably wasn't part of your plan, and we both like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I don't know. So they cut off the machines, and I tell you, within like 2 seconds, I had a room full of like 30 people.
Okay, baby.
Where you gotta go, Paige?
He wants to go cook.
You wanna go cook? Go ahead and go cook, baby. You need to go in there. Hold on, we gotta help the baby out. Hold on.
He gonna go cook.
You need me to open the door?
Yeah.
Right, I'll be right back. Have
Okay.
fun.
You might leave it. Yeah, you're coming back.
Okay.
She ain't gonna stay. You know the co-star gotta be here.
So, 30 people in the room right after she said it's gonna be a cesarean. So I'm like, all right, let's do this.
So they do that.
No, ask questions.
Do they do it in the room or you have to go somewhere?
I had to go somewhere else.
Okay.
So we're in this big giant room, whatever, and they wheel me down. I still can't feel anything, but now they're giving me the epidural where you really can't feel anything, meaning shoulder down.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the first one just really waist down.
Yeah, the first one's just waist down. This one is just shoulder down. So it's me and my husband in there, and I hear Paige.
I knew it was coming. I knew she was coming back.
No, she dropped something, but my oldest is there. Look, that's the year. She's like, anyway,
life is good.
This is what happens when you have two older kids. They take care of the little ones.
Yeah, it's true. Even a 5-year-old take care of the 2-year-old.
So back to it. So I'm in there, can't feel anything down, and now apparently they're cutting because my husband's like, "You okay?
Apparently.
You sure you okay? Baby, you okay?
You don't
I
even
just
know
want to make
what's
sure
going
you're
on to your body
okay
right now."
And I'm sitting there like, yeah, what you mean? I'm perfectly fine. What's going on? I'm perfectly fine. So then after, it was probably like it was really fast. So I feel like it was like 30 minutes.
I feel like, C-sections are fast. Just based on what I see on TV.
So it was about 30 seconds. 30
minutes a second.
30
girl,
minutes.
Get it. Okay.
It was 30 minutes. The one is kicking in, baby. It was about 30 minutes. And all of a sudden, they pick her up. And he takes a picture and he smiles. I can't see nothing. Because I got this whole sheet in front of me. I was like, what does she look like? I want to see my baby. I don't hear her crying. So that's another concern, right? So then I hear her crying. He shows me a picture. I see a black dot. And it's all her hair. And I was like, that's my baby? So after that, so she got to hold her baby at least for a little while. I had to go through recovery before I could even touch her.
Yeah. So
they take her. And he goes with her. And I stay in there for another hour so they can sew me up. Mind you, my fibroid is probably the size of her at this point. and they can't touch it because they're concerned about blood loss.
At the same time. Mm-hmm.
So really, I'm going through all that. Now I'm impatient because my baby's here and I can't see him. I'm just ready to go.
I bet.
So once they go ahead and sew me up, you want to go check on her?
She's getting crazy. Go ahead, continue. Don't let me.
That's not funny without you being here.
I'll listen. I'll be back.
Anyway, so they sew me up. Hour later, wheel me down. I mean, I'm just looking for a familiar face because you really feel like isolated at this point. So I go. They take me down. He's washing her. They're washing her up, and I get to see all that. And I finally get to hold her. And it's probably the most amazing feeling in the world. It's just to have what you've been carrying for such a long time next to you, holding her. And it was probably, it's one of those things. I'll say this. So at a young age, I knew I was going to be a mother. Never knew I was going to be a wife, but that's a whole nother episode. I knew I was going to be a mother. So at this point, I knew I had fulfilled one of my childhood dreams. And to know that God blessed me with the ability to bring a life onto this earth and safely onto this earth was pretty amazing. So after labor, basically we went up to the room, and because I had a cesarean, I had to stay in the hospital for up to 3 days. And then you all cannot see this, but she's crawling on the floor with Paige.
I had to make the baby happy. She needed her microwave.
Paige, you gonna say hello? Because we're talking about you.
You might as well, Mama. Say hi.
Because they can see your hair. You gonna say hi? Hi. Very good. Very good.
Can you move out my spot now?
Dino Diva. So yeah, so I stayed in the hospital for 3 days, and she came a week.
Yeah, 3 days.
Like a week, maybe a week and a half before she was supposed to. But I want to say it was about a week, more so a week from her due date. And she was overweight though, so everything was good up to that point.
Okay, well, I hear you.
So, how would you describe your labor in 2 words? I gave you an extra word. You're welcome.
Not 2. 2 words. I would say, well, it depends on the child. Should we
first?
So, do I have to come up with 4 words?
Yeah, Chase. They could be the same for both of you if it fits.
So, Chase was long and scary.
And Paige?
Paige was painful and what's the word? I don't know what the word is. The fact that they let me bond with her immediately. I don't know what that would be.
Nurturing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nurturing.
We're going to go with that. Nurturing. So I didn't get that experience with Chase, but I got that experience with Paige because
it's a beautiful experience,
low blood pressure, all that stuff. But then putting her on my chest when she's nasty, even though you would think you wouldn't want to be a part of that, but it's like, yeah. So yeah, that. What about you?
So 2 words for me. It's a child in the room, so I'll say TF, and it's in a good way because TF.
Because she knows what that is.
Because the first part of it is because you never think about how much your body's going to change and shift and everything you're going to go through. And then the second part of that is the excitement, like, you know, like, oh, this is mine. So that would be my 2 words. So last part of this is talking about the 4th down or the 4th trimester. So this is
the first 3 months of
life. We've gone through pregnancy. We labored. We delivered.
Now we got a baby.
Now it's time to be a mother.
What we got to do now? This work. This would work again.
That's what it's talking about.
So this one, well, let me start with Chase because that's when I didn't know what I was doing. We got to Chase. So we got home. Oh, girls, yes, please. Thank you, ma'am. You the best. You the best. So that first night, unexpected. We did not know that when they say they don't sleep, they literally don't sleep. So we're like, wait, hold on now. Did he nap? Did he do anything? No. We get to bed. He wakes up probably every half an hour. What is this? Is this like life? We were not expecting that. So we knew babies don't sleep, but we didn't expect it to be to the point where they literally didn't sleep. Like, he'll sleep for 20 minutes and wake up and then need food. And then I was breastfeeding. My joy. That wasn't the word I was looking for.
That is not how she described breastfeeding.
Not at all. My goal was to try to breastfeed. I did for 2 weeks. However, I wasn't making enough milk. I don't have any wipes. I'm sorry, ma'am. You'll just have to survive. She needs a wipe for her nose. Here you go.
So you need tissue?
Here you go. Life is good. So, I attempted breastfeeding. That was probably worse than labor to me. That pain when they latch on was no joke. And the fact that you have to do that every 2 hours for the next 3 months.
She's dramatic.
I'm not about that life. I just wasn't. So I made it through the first 2 weeks. I pumped.
Nothing against those who decide not to breastfeed.
Oh, girl, bye. No. The second time around, I'll get to that. But anyway, I pumped. I made an attempt. And even pumping wasn't making enough milk. He was losing weight. And I'm like, you know what? I'm getting to the point where I'm resenting my baby. To the point where, like, he's making... Yeah. I was starting not to like being around him because all he wanted me for was the milk. And I'm like, this is not... So that's when I decided Infamil was going to be the case. And Infamil was the case. And that made our whole situation different. He started to sleep. He started to be my baby. Like, you know, I wanted to be around my baby now. I'm not, like, fighting with him because he wants my breast. And I'm like, my breast. Yeah. You know, it was a whole situation. So, the first 4 months, he didn't sleep through the night until 4 months, actually. It ended right when the fourth trimester was over. That's when he decided to sleep through the night, February, if I recall. But prior to that, I was up every 3-4 hours. I mean, it didn't really much change when you have to feed him formula. It's just a longer time period rather than every 2 hours. It's every 4 hours. But he was a good baby. I don't have any complaints. Chase didn't cry unless he was hungry.
And what about Paige?
We're going to get to Paige. So, Paige. Now, she slept better than him. That I can say. She did actually have longer bouts of sleep. I did also try breastfeeding with her for 2 weeks. Same situation. She was a chunky monkey. She came out almost 9 pounds. 8 pounds, 12 ounces. So,
push that through, huh?
So, she definitely needed more food than I could provide her. So, immediately, like, I was supplementing as well as breastfeeding. Everybody got colostrum. Was that what it's called? The first 2 weeks?
Yes.
Colostrum. You know, the real important breast milk.
I ain't even try to say it.
In the beginning. Everybody got that. After that, I can't promise you nothing. So, we got Infamil involved. And she didn't have as good as when the formula kicked in. You would think the sleep would also kick in. It didn't work as well for her. To this day, Paige still wakes me up twice a night. Whether it's to pee or, come on. Or she did say she has to pee.
Means it.
She don't play those games. It's potty training time. Go ahead, mama. Whether it's to pee or because she needs some water. So, I can't really, but, you know. She's past it. We're 2.5 now.
Yeah.
Your turn. Let me go take her to pee.
All right. So, my 4th trimester. It was pretty amazing. I mean, other than I felt like my recovery for the cesarean was going to be worse, and it wasn't as bad. The great thing about Kaiser is they sent me a nurse. They helped keep me clean. They had a lactation nurse because I was gung-ho on breastfeeding, and I was able to do so. And just a quick note about the nurses who teach breastfeeding. They ain't got no qualms with pushing on your breasts, your nipple, or whatever needs to happen because they there to make sure that milk come out. So you better be comfortable with it. But that was extremely helpful too. So for me, I think I was still in the afterglow of like believing that I was a mother. So everything, I wasn't going to sleep, but she slept better than I thought she would. And she actually slept at night. It may not be the entire night, but she slept at night. So Brooklyn was she was a real easy baby. I mean, she whined a little bit. But I did in the beginning, though, to be honest about breastfeeding. I wasn't exclusive at first because I just wasn't producing a lot. And I don't know if that has something to do with the cesarean, too, that I had. But I wasn't producing it enough at first. And so I did have to supplement every other meal with formula. But that was fine. And we got past that. And then the key to, like, exclusive breastfeeding is you must pump all the time. So I could have gotten to a point where Shari was, where I felt like I was only, you know, a food or a cow. I did kind of feel like that for a little while, you know, where it's like I'm only producing milk. But to see her be engaged and happy with the meal that she had, it was pretty pretty amazing for me. So, my 4th trimester was pretty awesome. I remember my girlfriends who had kids before, and they was like, "You better love it now, cause it ain't gonna last." I ain't gonna lie, I love my baby.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't get any worse or any better. I should say. Oh, here she comes. She breaking in, guys. But I honestly think it just got easier with time.
So labor and delivery plus first 3 months overall recap.
I would do it all over again because I love my babies.
You doing it all over again?
I'm not, but I would if they weren't here. Okay? Thank you. Let me clarify. She was trying to play me like 2 ain't enough. Girl, bye.
Okay, so my recap. Beautiful thing. You have to take care of your body. You have to acknowledge your body. Don't let the doctors tell you you ain't feeling what you're feeling, because there is a solution to how you're feeling. The one thing that I would change, even though I feel like my medical care was pretty amazing when it came time for the labor and all that, I would like to have a doula. I would like somebody there to help assist me along the way, who can be my ears, because my husband is just going to make sure I'm not hurting. And this person would be the more reason behind everything that I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And I would do it again, too, if God said it shall be time for me to have
God said it.
Another baby.
God said it right now.
I just celebrated.
I heard him. I heard him with my ears.
I just celebrated 35th. So if God says it, I hope He says it within 35th year of my life. Right. So
He said it though. I heard him. Vent.
Quick vent.
So my vent's gonna be about
you don't even know.
No, it's gonna be about my labor and delivery.
Okay. Vent.
Why my husband got to sleep though? Did he sleep?
Let me tell you something. That man slept through everything. The tossing and the turning,
I'm
the rotating.
Extreme pain. The worst pain I've ever been in my life.
It's a dual vent, by the way.
Sleeping on the sofa.
Sleeping on the sofa.
In the hospital. Mm-hmm. You don't see what's going on?
Like a whole bed.
With a pillow.
A whole bed.
And a blanket.
And a whole bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're making too much noise. Pages listening to our tablet. Sorry. Go back. Anyway. I'm throwing up. I'm in the bathroom. You would think he would hear the retching, right? I come out fast asleep. Hardcore sleeping. Like, he would probably be snoring if he snored. That's my rant, because I'm mad about it. I'm in extreme pain. You're supposed to be in pain with me. Or do something that helps.
So my rant real quick is all the things I couldn't do that he could.
Eat McDonald's.
I couldn't tie my own shoe. Mm-hmm. I couldn't see my private for several months. But I don't know what happened down there. Mm-mm. All I know is she made it. Okay? Mm-hmm. And he get to Wally. He get to drink. He get to have lots of these. And I got to sit there and look the food. Mm. And
sushi.
Here's the thing.
No sushi.
I found out I was pregnant with my daughter right before my 30th birthday. I knew on my 30th birthday, when I'm having a huge celebration, that I had my daughter. Aww. I could not take a sip of nothing. Aww. I'm sitting there faking it. Oh, yeah, girl.
With your water.
Good.
With water. It's okay.
But that's it.
That's the vent.
Thanks for tuning in. We know this was a little longer, but
it was longer. But this was an important episode. We were talking about the babies and how they got here.
Hopefully, if you haven't gone through the process, you pick up some good stuff and ask us a question.
Ask a question, because there's more than this.
We'll drop stuff in the email.
Consolidated for 38
We're real
minutes.
honest. We don't have a reason to leave anything out or behind.
There's some more. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more about how the epidural affected me. How Ryan had to leave the room for the epidural because he don't like needles.
Yes.
All of this.
Yes.
Okay.
Email us.
Yeah. Bye.